assume it's out there somewhere. Let's see. Don't see it anywhere here, so it's either not there yet or on the way. Could be just for Zealot bombs instead, rather than going for Reavers. Could just be for Zealot bombs, so we might be thinking of going for a ground attack instead. Try to go in and push that 9 o'clock. Finally, seeing some decent factory count coming up there for HiyA. 3rd, 4th, and 5th factory going to be on the way. Armory's getting some upgrades going. Probably going to be seeing Goliaths out there soon enough. That is going to be a shuttle full of Zealots. And we're going to see Observers with a bunch of Dragoons. Very heavy Dragoon army. And we're going to see how they react to this, where they're going for. I think they are going to be going to the mineral. We're going to try to range this. There are some mines out there, so Observer's going to be a very important factor. Probe going to come up there to the upper left position. Finally going to start expanding. So HiyA reacting correctly. Going, Free, I'm sorry, doing the correct thing. Going out there, trying to put on some pressure with this and free himself open to an expansion. Losing his Observer, unfortunately, there. I'm not quite sure whether he has another one. Gonna be able to, there's gonna be a turret right on top of that. Some Zealots gonna be able to get in right amongst the tanks. Shuttle might go down, not gonna go down. Tank's gonna be significantly distracted by the Zealots. Dragoons are gonna be able to get right among the lines there. Meanwhile, now Observers and Dragoons at the upper left hand corner to clear out those mines. Dragoons coming in significantly close. They're going to be able to pick off this base. I think some tanks and Vultures coming in from the back, forcing some of those Dragoons back there, though. So still a bit of a closed-off position for the Dragoons to do too much. Tanks going to siege up. Marines also at the front alongside the CVs. The CVs doing a beautiful job of blockading here, picking off even Dragoons. There are a bunch of Dragoons getting picked off. Still a lot of pressure being put down. So quite a few Marines died. The barracks also going to come down, but still not significant amount of damage to the command center, I feel. Free's going to open himself up to pick up a base at the upper left position. Going to force HiyA to resaturate and reset up a defense. And he's also weakened HiyA here significantly for a follow-up. Especially for recall follow-up, if that's what he intends to do. I think he lost a little bit too much in that attack. Did a nice start with that. Not quite sure whether he lost the shuttle or not. Didn't see the explosion. Not quite sure whether he lost it or not. Is going to follow it up with carriers. Yes. Is going to follow. Oh, get scanned just as I say that. Oh, crap. So, oh, man. Free trying to go for carriers. But I think this is the correct move. He's going to be getting his 3rd gas right now. Vulture's going to come in there to start harassing this. One photon cannon coming up, but that's not going to be in time. Dragoons, although, going to be able to come up here and harass that. Some mines at the top, but I think Dragoons are in a large enough camp to react to that and pick off those mines before they do any significant amount of damage. Just as I say that, a bunch of Dragoons get hit by a mine. Joy. Prove launching wrong day. Every day, kids. Every day. And I'm out of tea. That bothers me. But Dragoon's finally going to be able to manage to pull up here with that Observer in tow. The Nexus is going to be allowed to pull up some cannons out there to help defend. Bunch of Dragoons and Zealots in defense positions. Vulture's just going to go out there, try to be annoying, try to do some damage. Pylons acting as nice blockade. Some probes, I think a couple of probes got picked off there, but still not quite that much. Vulture's going to be forced back out. HiyA at the very least has a nice idea here. Yet again, going to go and harass this upper left hand. Not much mining going on here. Probe getting picked off, but photon cannon's going to warp in time to, and not really going to be much else in the way of harassment for HiyA anymore. Getting his tech up yet again. Going to expand the low right-hand position. Has a secondary armory on the way. Has a science facility also. Only 2 starport carriers actually for free. I find this interesting. He's not focusing too heavily. This is not really an all-in carrier build for him. Only 2 starports. He's going to have 2 out there, and, you know, this is not an win or fail. This is a significant investment in those carriers, but I still think if the carriers get, you know, if there are going to be a significant amount of Goliaths out there, we are going to be seeing some significant count of Goliaths very soon. He doesn't have to start building Goliaths quite yet. He has in a factory, just basically get all of those to build Goliaths at one single time. He's going to be able to have enough Goliaths. He will have Charon boosters up already. He has weapon 1 upgrades on those Goliaths. Probably going to be starting on weapons 2 and armor 1 as well. Should be working on that as we speak. So HiyA's going to have the reaction to those guys, but Free meanwhile has a significant ground army to support those carriers, or even rather for the carriers to act support too. Because there's still don't see any Goliaths out there. There's a significant amount of Dragoons actually moving and trying to come in close. We're going to see whether there going to be any sort of Zealot bombs on top of those tanks. Tanks in a very nice line overall for HiyA with Vultures everywhere. Trying to drop something on some turrets out there. Still trying to get some mine drags going. Unsuccessful, unfortunately. He's now running with Zealots, trying to get some decent mine drags off, killing off something, but not really too successful. Dragoons also coming in very close. Tanks trying to siege from range. Vultures trying to attack. Dragoons coming in very close. Zealots also helping mop this up. All of the tanks getting taken down. A lot of Dragoons die as they do so, but now HiyA's mineral only now going to get penetrated. A bunch of Zealots, most of the Zealots dead at this point. And HiyA, I think, is going to cancel the attack. Not going to push this too heavily. Instead, going to go down to the low right-hand position. Check that out. Not quite sure if he spotted that out yet or not. Is going to spot that out. Force the commander to float away. Going to be able to deny that base. Work on his carrier count. Third star get out there, so he's going to be able to work on some carriers. Still has a decent ground army out there. Did a beautiful attack. They're clearing out a huge amount of tanks. Huge amount of vultures. Got himself an advantage on the ground. Has weapons one on his own now. And we're going to be seeing some sciences coming out there alongside the 2-1 upgrade. Lost his barracks there, I think, so he's actually rebooting his barracks. Still very heavy on the zealots now. He needs those to try to rush in close to those tanks. Still don't see Goliath out there. And I understand that HiyA wants to have tank and vulture armies to react because he knew Free had very significant army out there, very huge goon count. A huge zealot count, so we need that Goliath acts as decent blocker, but vultures just help out more of those. It's important to look at that nice patrol micro. Zealot get taken down, so that 6 position get cleared up and like revenge. I avenge my brother. And HiyA seeing those carriers out there. I think there was 3, maybe 4. Not all the good truths. I think there was 3, maybe 4. They sometimes clump up so crazy I can't even spot what's going on. Freeman going to expand the 6 o'clock position. Fuel Nat's a safe position. HiyA still doesn't have that lower right hand out there, so he's going to be in some trouble. They are going to finally see some Goliaths out there. We're going to see whether they're not large enough number. Armor 1 and weapons 1 upgrade. Probably seeing weapons 2 upgrade very soon. Carrier's going to come in there, start harassing. Now some Goliaths out there. No Charon boosters, interestingly enough. Charon boosters should have been ready ages ago for HiyA. He knew of those carriers from a long time ago. He definitely knew about those. So no excuse for not having any Charon boosters out there. Gonna push back those carriers for now, but still no excuse. Would have been able to probably pick off a carrier at this point with Charon boosters. Scanning to spot the ground forces alongside. Definitely a map that carriers can abuse, I feel. I think this is just a slightly more arbiter-friendly map, I feel. I think recalls, when done correctly, really can be abused a little bit better, but the carriers still, as long as they don't get caught in the open, near the middle, especially in these areas, near the inside 9 and the 3, they can really, be abusable. But now Free going to go for full attack here yet again. Zealot's coming in first. No carriers even close by, and not nearly enough to go for this. Carriers, meanwhile, going to go out there, do some hunting. A Tokak position going to be able to take that out. Interceptor has weapons 1 upgrades at this point, and yeah, that commander going to go down. Going to force a cancel on that. See if you get picked off. More carriers going to be on the way. So Free at the very is doing a good job of denying bases. The low right-hand position still not up. The 12 o'clock going to go down. I don't even think he actually took it down. I think he's actually going to let it burn. HiyA, meanwhile, going to start pushing out. Has 2-1 upgrades on that. Has a decent amount of tanks, vultures, and Goliath. Meanwhile, the carrier is going to go into the natural expansion. And Free doing an absolute beautiful job here, I gotta say, is doing some economic harassment. Gonna try to pick off this commander. Not sure if he's gonna be able to manage to do that. I think he will, actually. So if he's not coming off to repair until far too late, the commander are gonna go down. Nice commander snipe. Free looking very strong, despite the fact that I don't think he has a very good ground army. Wasn't as lucky in the last engagement. This time catching some of the tanks pretty well. Still quite a few siege tanks on the high ground here. Goliath not acting as significant blockers, though. Lightning Dragoons getting quite a few shots off. Some more tanks at the back, but still more than enough forces. A lot of Dragoons melting, but still Zealots coming in close. Dragoons also coming in close. I think they're actually going to come ahead with this. The last tank, oh yeah, carriers coming in at the last moment, and Goliath's not nearly enough now to fight against this. These carriers, GG HiyA knew. Yeah, he had Goliath out there, but far too large a ground army for Free for HiyA to do anything against that. So nice game overall. Damn, this is turning out to be a nice PvT. MSL has had a history of great PvTs in the round of 8. Always one good PvT in the round of 8. It wasn't as awesome last season, I feel, but Lost Saga Avalon had some awesome PvTs. So this, I think, definitely keeping in with the history. So we're going to see what happens. GG guys, hope you enjoyed. Full set next.
나중에 미네랄 확장기지 쪽 위로 올라오면서 5시를 먹으려고 하는